Hey there, everybody. Don't worry, I didn't forget about this. Uh, Thing is, I accidentally tricked my brain into thinking I had already done today's video because I recorded a video today that I wasn't going to post today, and as a result, uh, I forgot to do this until nighttime after I had already showered. So here I am in heavier clothing than usual, let's say. And today is time for Garuda. That's right, it is Warframing time. It is time for Flames Warframes, and the Warframe today is Garuda. So, let us get into it, kind of, I guess. Uh, Fair warning, there is like I am not especially I guess you could say educated on Garuda or their lore or anything. I need to keep these glasses on, but I'm not especially educated on Garuda, so I had to pull quite a few things off of the wiki. But that will not stop me from sharing information with all of you. So if you will just allow me for a second to occupy a good 13 and a half more minutes of your time, please. And let's get into it. So, this is Garuda. Basically, she is the blood warframe, is the best term I could think of to describe it. And what that means is all of her abilities are focused around blood, kind of. In what the basic idea is that, or well, I guess I'll just go over the abilities and you can get the basic gimmick based off that. So, first and foremost, her passive is that her damage temporarily increases with each enemy she kills to a maximum of 100%, and slashes with her talons, or like if she doesn't have a melee equipped, then she uses her talons instead, these things, which is pretty badass. You might have picked up on that, like, she's kind of a vampire. Uh, I did look up her name to see if there are, like, roots to it. Apparently, Garuda is, like, a mythical creature from, I think, either Buddhist or Hindu mythology, something along those lines. I didn't look too deep into it. But that little side tangent aside, first ability, we have Dread Mirror, which is described as rip the life force from an enemy and use it as a shield that captures damage. This kills significantly weakened enemies instantly. Charge to channel the captured damage into an explosive projectile. So yeah, it's basically just using people's blood to kill more people. It's this is basically just kind of the vampire slash bloodbending frame. Uh, Next up, second ability, we have Blood Altar, a lot of blood theming. Basically impale an enemy on an altar of talons and siphon health for Garuda and her allies within like range of the altar. Third ability, Bloodletting. Garuda sacrifices her health to generate energy and clear status effects. So yeah, it's like I wouldn't call it a healing ability because the definition of a healing ability is to give you more health, and this trains your health. But at the same time, it's a status clear, and it gives you more energy. So yeah, and then fourth ability, the one that kind of looks straight out of Dead by Daylight, Seeking Talons. Charge to expand the targeting area. Release to send Garuda Talons careening towards each target in area. Surviving enemies are prone to slash status. So Yeah, it's just a big AoE of talon slashing. That's that's kind of just a thing. That's what Garuda is. Her big ass claws kill people and steal their blood. That's the gimmick. That being said, thank you, Ordis. We do have some stuff to go over in the realm of augments, which I don't actually know where those are, so I'm gonna check that right now. Oh, what a coincidence. Steel Meridian, right first thing I checked. Alright, augment for the first ability, Dread Ward, Dread Mirror augment. Become unkillable for 8 seconds when Dread Mirror kills a target by ripping its life force. Yep, that can most certainly be useful. Second augment, Blood Forge, which is bloodletting augment. That's the augment for the third ability. Garuda's equipped weapon is reloaded up to 100%. Why up to 100%? I don't know that. But yeah, it basically just makes it so that when you do bloodletting, it also reloads your weapons. Third augment, Blending Talons, which is the augment for fourth ability. Tap to perform a 9-meter AoE around Garuda. Garuda's talons gain 100% additional combo count chance when hitting targets affected by slash status. And, okay, I'm gonna check real quick to make sure that's not the only Garuda mods, because I feel like I've at least probably made that mistake somewhere before, where, like, uh, okay, so I have made no mistake. It's just that Garuda only has 3 augments. Well, alright then. Next thing on the table, let me just check time real quick. How are we doing on time? 7 minutes? We good on time. I can go into this. So, next thing, acquisition. You wanna know how you acquire Garuda? Well, it's simple, really. You go to Fortuna, and, uh, basically she's found in Fortuna bounties. Specifically, yeah, you just get her parts from Fortuna bounties. I'll go to the area now and show you. But rest assured, after this, I do have some other content for you. I have lore content that actually I was not aware existed before I decided to make this video, but yeah, as you can see, we got this one gives Garuda Systems Blueprint. If you look in the uncommon rewards, this one gives Optics Blueprint. This one gives none of that. This one gives the Chassis Blueprint. And,
you run into that exploiter orb out there, you leg it. Once she ices up, nothing can touch her.
thank you, Yutiko.
Not gonna lie, we could
But,
use you.
yeah, aside from that, main BP, I believe you can just acquire from the shop. And, in terms of crafting, uh, there is a fun little thing with Garuda where rather than needing, Orokin cells to craft her, like a lot of other Warframes, you instead need Kuva, which can be a bit of a pain to acquire. But aside from that, I don't think there's anything. Okay, never mind. Screw me, I guess. There is some stuff that you might have trouble with. Basically, do I have parts as an example? Poly, Frost, Gar, okay, yeah. So, basically, when it comes to Garuda's stuff, you're gonna need these toroids, which is stuff that you can get in Venus, specifically in the open world area that you access on Venus. And you're also gonna need a lot of these ores, which these are the refined versions of the ores, the blueprints of which you can get from Smokefinger, and then you can craft those in the mining tier of the foundry over here. So you got like Exedural, Alloy, uh, Star Amarast, uh, Radiant Zodian, all that stuff you can find in the mining tab. And if you can't find it, you can get the blueprints from NPCs. But yeah, pretty much all of those resources you're going to be able to find somewhere in the Orb Valis, which is the open world that you get access to in Fortuna. But let's see, how long did that take me? Okay, we're good. I can go into lore now. Now the lore, I'm just gonna simplify it because I'm kind of just pulling from the wikis at this point, to be honest, because I don't have a lot
Do
on
you remember
Varuna.
the old war,
Her stuff,
officer?
so you can
Or
only
this seems
get
to
her
have
stuff.
misplaced those
Okay,
memories?
so basically, how about I start with this? Varuna recently got a uh she got a Gemini skin recently, which is oh no. Vena. Yeah. Here. Vena the Witch, I guess. Basically, with Vena and the whole like with the update, our most recent update that brought us Vena, we also got this little place here on Uranus called Pontus Tower. Apparently, on Pontus Tower, there are these little like tablets or whatever that you can find, and they give you lore on the creation of Garuda. I do not have the time nor the resources to go to Pontus Tower and read all that lore myself, so I'm just pulling this from the wikis. So basically, what happened is about as simple as I'm just gonna switch back over to full screen because there's no reason to show gameplay. But basically, what happened is purely on a whim, one of the organ executors, heavily implied to be Executor Nidhogg, which is, I believe, the executor that we know like the third most information about. Basically, one of the organ executors tasked an unnamed female Archimedean, who are like Organ scholars, with the creation of Garuda based on an ancient depiction of either a god or demon from the quote unquote old earth before the Organ. As I said before, apparently the name Garuda is based on like Hindu mythical beast or something of that nature, so probably that's just where they're drawing from. But yeah, basically uh they were tasked with the creation of Garuda based on the ancient depiction of the god or demon from old Earth using the executor's own consort, which, considering it's likely Nidhogg, uh the consort in question is likely Roth, a character which I will get to when I get to Uriel. So that's a bit far down the line. The Archimedean went about creating the Warframe strain using the Aniki method, which is a method of Warframe creation referenced in the Archimedean records, describing the process used to create. Uh, Basically, it's a way to use the infestation to make Warframe strains. That was used by people other than Ballas because Ballas never shared his secrets about how he created Warframes. Uh, there was also a sample of blood from the intended subject. Uh, Basically, what ended up happening is the Archimedean realized that if they were to just make this Warframe and hand it over to the Executor, it would just be forgotten, lost to time. So they decided, hey, how about I become the Warframe instead? and that's it. See you